He's been doing well for the last 20 minutes. He's been keeping out and letting the short guys have a go at each other, which is the exact right way to go, yeah.
It's pretty much looking like it's going to be him and one other, or maybe him and two others.
Yeah, him and Tony, but we've seen Tony, he was second in the chips earlier on and he gives them away, so I'm not too keen on him progressing, to be fair.
What about Kenna? He's clearly gotten very snug now.
Yeah, Kenna's sat back again. He's been playing a good game, and if he gets a little card rush, you know, who knows? He could be up there. My favourite would be Kenna and John in heads up.
Can Kenna gather chips without having to see 5 cards turned over? We'll see. There's 4 left right now.
That's Kenna Rogers.
Well,
first decent hand he's picked up for a little while.
Raise.
Kenna's got 80,000. I mean, can he make a bet where he can still get away from the hand?
Raise 40,000 more.
He's stuck half his stack here.
Yeah, see, it's the way to play when you know, if you pick up an hand, it's no good raising it by the minimum because you'll get callers.
Oh,
right.
I want all of it. Don't stare at me. Make me very nervous.
You see, already he's got them thinking.
Houston's got Queen 10.
Normally, if you're short stacked and you make a raise and you only bet half your stack, it normally means you've got a big hand because you don't want to scare people off that much.
Is that what Varyavan's going to think?
I'll give up trying to work this guy out. He's made some plays that I could never guess. He's passed.
That's a good fold. And like stealing the blinds here, 15,000 a go.
Yeah, all heads up. All heads up.
I'll tell you, you know, I was feeling pretty comfortable there behind the mic. I'm going to be a little nervous to get out there on the felt. But that's part of the challenge, and it's what makes it exciting.
Can you see yourself sipping champagne and playing craps a la James Bond in some of the most glamorous casinos in the world? If that's a yes, you'll love our competition to win a trip to the gorgeous Monaco. Up for grabs, we're giving away...
No one to play with? There's always PartyPoker.com.
Well on his way to over half the chips on the table, is anyone going to make a stand against John Texas Houston? He's even started pulling off some cheeky little bluffs. The others just don't know where they stand with him. One thing's for sure though, Kenna may be frustrated, but I don't think he's going to let John have an easy ride.
I seen him at the World Series last year, Kenna James. He made the final 5 tables. I mean, you know,
Pass.
doesn't sound like much, but when you make it, he made it through about 5,500 people. It's something special.
Yeah, he'll be going off again here as well.
Raise up to 24,000 total.
24, 10 plus 14.
This could be an all-in.
Well,
All in.
There you go.
surely that's what McKenna was waiting for. It's a bit unfortunate for Kenna James, isn't it? He says he's forced to gamble.
He'd be absolutely gutted if he does and they turn the cards over.
53. How much?
35, 45.
It is 53,000 more, which would be
Another 53.
just over half of what Kenna has left.
3 to 1.
The thing is as well, he only raised it
That's the
24
worst
here,
it can
Jesse,
be.
so he can get off of this quite easy if
It's 3 to 1.
he wants to.
I would think. Huh. I wouldn't think you'd have aces.
Well, only because it's my initials, so I'm going to call you.
Yeah.
Cool.
He says the worst he can be is 3 to 1, and that's exactly what he is, 3 to 1 against. But that was what the pot was offering him.
I knew when he turned the jack first.
And this This is not good for Kenna James.
No, definitely not.
McKenna looking to double up here. KJ needing a K. And forget about the J's.
He needs a Kenner, not a James.
I guess I need a king.
159,000 in this pot. If Kenna James does manage to win this and knock McKenna out, he'll be in great
You know,
shape.
it is.
Spades.
And what's
Oh,
his
is there a lot of
nickname?
spades
Jesse
out
the
there?
Cowboy.
Yeah.
That's what he's looking for.
What is that going to do? We need singles.
No, we can use fives and twos.
Two
Oh,
cards to
that's
come,
right,
and
fives and
James
twos, because
now
it's an odd
a
number.
slight
Five is an odd
underdog
number.
as opposed to a severe one.
You know,
McKenna looking to double up here.
I don't like to beg. I'll just keep-
Well,
Close, but no cigar.
wrong suit, right color.
His heart must be jumping out of his chest now, yeah.
Let's say this is to.
Oh my God.
It's a king. It's a spade. It's everything Kenna James needed. And Raymond McKenna with that one card out of this tournament.
Absolutely unbelievable, Jesse. Absolutely unbelievable. Well, his nickname's a cowboy. He's hit a cowboy and he's hit his flush as well. Unreal.
Okay, you were the bottom.
One thing
so
about
that's
that, it's
big.
game on now.
Definitely.
Looking at that hand, McKenna all in and in about as good a position as he could be in. Flop was dangerous. 3 spades for KJ. And the big cowboy on the river making cowboy the flush.
I don't think John will be liking that hand too much. It's definitely going to get tough from here in.
McKenna out, and it's Kenna James who's getting busy. He hasn't come halfway across the world to play a friendly game of cards despite all of the banter. But with Houston still sitting pretty on top of the leaderboard, has the American left it too late? Over to Jesse and Ian as we're down to 3.
Well, it is a 7-card game, and the river card hitting Kenna James. What do you think about the call, first of all?
Well, he said he was he had 3 to 1, and it was his initials. I fully expected him to call myself, but he did only put a 24,000 raise in, Jesse. He could have got off of it, but he wanted to have a gamble, and it's paid off. I mean, fantastic, ain't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, as it is now, it's huge. I mean, because he's right back in this, and what is Houston going to do now to react to
Well,
Kenna
he's
James?
probably Kenna's probably the last person he wanted to get chipped up. I think it's going to be fantastic here in these 3. They've got some chips between them they can mess around with. I'm really looking forward to watching this.
It's wide open now.
Yeah, I think it's wide open. John's not such of a big dog as what he was. Yeah.
3 left. All of a sudden, it's poker. Or it always was. Johnny Houston be the first to admit that sometimes he gets a little bit too fast when he gets chips, but tonight he's been different class.
Yeah, it seems
I mean,
like he's definitely pulled the reins in and sat back. I mean, he was in such a fantastic position. He had to be in the last 3, if not the last 2.
Tony Varyavan from the button, and Varyavan's completely opened up his game, taking Kenna James off an ace.
Mm-hmm.
Houston peeling off the flop with far better. Ooh,
Massive flop.
seems to be Tony Varyavan's day, and uh-oh.
15,000.
Yeah, John's always going to bet.
Raise.
You see, he shouldn't. Well, I say he shouldn't, but if this is me, you just flat call John and. Oh,
Re-raise.
Wow.
what do I know?
John Houston
got no
deciding,
need.
he made a minimum raise is what happened, Ian, and Houston's fallen right into it here.
He's got no need to get
Raise
involved,
40 more,
Jesse. You know.
70,000 total. All in.
Yeah, he was always going to go all in.
Well, you can only imagine what would have happened if Tony Varyavan had just called there.
Yeah, well, he obviously not paying attention to how John's been playing, because I know it's worked out the same way, Jesse. But if he flat calls whatever the turn is, John's going to come out firing.
Right. And even if Houston has a big draw here, he's calling anyway, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Doesn't really matter when the chips go in. But Varyavan taking that pot, that may take Varyavan to the chip lead.
Can't be far off.
Yeah, he's got nearly 287,000.